trying to get to sick week. I started prepping, did a few things to the truck, and test drove it, and the turbo went out. No big deal. I called Forced Inductions. They told me they could get me one in time. I had 2 weeks to get it here. I paid for overnight shipping and everything, and somehow, apparently, everybody got COVID up there at Forced Inductions. So I've been forced to do something stupid. It ain't stupid, I guess, if it works. I'm hell-bent on getting down there to sick week. Luckily, I live in Lake City, just north of Gainesville, and I'll be passing my own house during the drive. So I'm gonna come through here and put on my new turbo. I'm also not racing. I'm part of the sick ward, so it's not like it really makes that big of a difference. But damn, whenever you're used to having about 500 wheel horsepower and now you're down to, hell, less than naturally aspirated with it sucking through all this BS. Still sucks. So check out what I did to the turbo so that I can at least get it down there and make half the drive naturally aspirated and then finish it with a turbo. And I present to you a turbo deleted turbo. This is when you have a trip to make and your turbo won't be here till Monday, but you've got to be somewhere Sunday and you've ran out of give a shit. Hey. All right, so I took 2 oil feed flanges, bolted them together with a gasket in it that is just solid. Did the same with the drain down here. There's no exhaust wheel. This one is literally just sitting in there. And now I'm gonna start it. Hopefully there's no oil leaks. So let's see now. Yeah. There's exhaust blowing out of the hole. Sounds like crap. You hear my air compressor going. The oil drain had broke loose right here, or excuse me, oil feed. I tightened that up and everything else seems to be working like it should. So let's start it up again and see if it leaks now. Because there's no oil feed or drain bolted to the turbo and there's no shaft in the turbo, it's leaking exhaust through there and quite a bit. And so that I'm not blowing exhaust straight down onto my tire and my airbag and heater hoses, all that stuff, I am going to cut some little plates. It don't matter if they leak a little bit, but just as long as it's not blowing fire down there. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut those out real quick and throw those on and call this job done until my turbo gets here. Okay, that should block off the oil feed and oil drain so that exhaust isn't blowing all over my heater hoses and air lines and all that while I'm driving. Let's see how it worked out. Test drive it, make sure it has no more issues, and get packed up and start heading down to Bradenton for sick week.